You wake up, it's pitch black, you can barely move your arms, the ceiling above you is only inches from your face, the air is stale, and then it hits you, you're inside a coffin, underground, buried alive. Your heart is pounding, you want to scream, you want to kick and claw your way out, but here's the hard truth. Everything your instincts tell you to do right now will kill you faster. Today, I'm giving you 5 rules that could be the difference between life and death. Stay until the end. Rule 5 is the one most people never think of, and it's the one that saves lives. Being buried alive sounds like something out of a horror movie, but this is more real than you think. Throughout history, premature burial has been documented hundreds of times. In fact, in the 19th century, fear of being buried alive was so widespread that people invented safety coffins, coffins with bells attached above ground so the person inside could ring for help. Today, cases of premature burial are rare but not impossible. Accidents, medical comas, and disasters have all trapped people underground. Whether it's a real coffin, a collapsed building, or a landslide, the same survival principles apply. Let's get into the rules. Rule 1: Don't panic, conserve your oxygen. This is Rule 1 for a reason, and it's the hardest one to follow. When your brain registers danger, it triggers a fight-or-flight response. Your heart rate skyrockets, you breathe faster and faster, you start to thrash. But here's the brutal science. A standard coffin contains roughly 30 to 90 minutes of air depending on its size and seal. The moment you start panicking, you burn through that oxygen in minutes, not hours. What you need to do instead is force yourself to breathe slowly and deliberately. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Think of it like meditation, except your life literally depends on it. Slow your heart rate, stop thrashing. Every calm breath you take is buying you precious time. Survival is 80% mental. The people who make it out of impossible situations are almost always the ones who refuse to let their mind break first. Rule 2: Signal, don't just scream. Your instinct is to scream. Scream as loud as you can, but screaming wastes oxygen, strains your lungs, and sound doesn't travel well through packed earth. Instead, tap, knock rhythmically on the walls, the lid, or any metal surface near you. Sound vibration travels through solid materials far better than through air. A steady, rhythmic knock, 3 taps, pause, 3 taps is the universal distress signal. It's distinct. It doesn't sound like a natural settling noise. Rescuers and emergency dogs are trained to detect exactly this kind of sound. If there's any metal near you, a belt buckle, a ring, even a zipper, use it to tap harder. Metal on metal resonates further. If you're in a collapsed building rather than a coffin, look for pipes. Pipes carry sound incredible distances. Save your voice, use your knuckles, be rhythmic, be patient. Rule 3: Assess before you act. Before you attempt to break out, you need to understand what you're dealing with. Blindly kicking or punching is how people break bones, collapse walls onto themselves, or trigger more debris to fall. Use your hands to map your space, slowly. Feel the ceiling above you. Is it wood, metal, concrete? How thick does it feel? Check to your left and right. Is there more room than you thought? Feel below you. Is the floor solid or is there a gap? Is water entering from anywhere? In a coffin specifically, the weakest point is the foot end of the lid. Coffin lids are typically thinner at the feet than at the head. This is where you focus any breaking effort, but here's the critical warning. If you break the lid, soil will pour in immediately. You need a plan before you break. Assess first, act second. Every move you make should be deliberate and calculated. Rule 4: The coffin escape technique. This is the rule that survival experts and forensic scientists have actually studied. If you've decided you need to break out, here is the technique that gives you the highest chance of success. Step 1: Remove your shirt. You'll need it in a moment. Tie it tightly around your head like a mask, leaving only your nostrils uncovered. This prevents you from inhaling soil when the lid breaks. Step 2: Use your elbows and knees, not your fists, to strike the weakest point of the lid at the foot end. Short, sharp strikes, don't punch. Punching in a confined space will sprain or break your wrists. Step 3: When the wood cracks, soil will pour in fast. Here's the counterintuitive move: let it fill around your legs first. Use the weight of the soil to push upward with your feet, like climbing. The loose soil filling in actually gives you something to push against. Step 4: Work your way upward in a swimming, scooping motion. Keep your arms above your head at all times, creating a channel for your body to follow. Graves are typically 6 feet deep. That's survivable with the right technique. It's extremely hard, it will exhaust you, but people have done it, and now you know how. Rule 5, the rule nobody talks about: prepare before it happens. 9:30, 11:30. I promised you Rule 5 would be different, and here it is. The scenarios where people get buried alive don't happen randomly. Earthquakes, mine collapses, building failures, avalanches, these are events that happen in specific places at specific times and to specific people. And there are things you can do before to dramatically improve your odds. First, if you work in high-risk environments, mining, construction, disaster zones, always carry a personal locator beacon or emergency whistle. These are cheap and could mean the difference between being found in 2 hours versus 20. Second, if you have a medical condition that causes blackouts, fainting, or catatonia, get a medical alert bracelet. This is a real and documented cause of accidental premature burial. Make sure your condition is on record. Third, if you're in an earthquake zone or an area prone to landslides, learn the triangle of life technique. Position yourself next to large, solid objects that can create a survival void if a structure collapses. This small habit has saved hundreds of lives. Survival rarely begins the moment disaster strikes. It begins the moment you choose to take it seriously. The best rule of all is, be the person who thought ahead. So let's recap the 5 rules. Stay calm and conserve your oxygen. Signal rhythmically, don't just scream. Assess your space before you act. Use the coffin escape technique if you must break out. And above all, prepare before disaster strikes. Now, here's the good news. The chances of this happening to you are extremely low, but the mindset that these rules build, calm under pressure, deliberate action, thinking ahead, that mindset will serve you in 100 different emergencies. If you want to go deeper on survival situations, hit subscribe. Every week I bring you science-backed survival knowledge you actually need. And drop in the comments, which rule surprised you the most? Stay smart, stay alive. I'll see you in the next one.